able to see the screen? I think today net is somewhat slow. It is not sharing. Okay. So coming to the next method in quantitative techniques. Is the smoothing methods. Why this is not responding properly? Next method comes the smoothing techniques. In this, we are going to find out the first one. It is moving average method. Is one of the method, so which is also called as moving average smoothing method. So based on this data that is available for many years data we are having, based on that we will go on moving the average of each and every data. So here I have taken a small data that is related with only 5 years to say the concept. So if it is a large data for 10 years or for 20 years like that, if you are having a data, so then you can use the same concept, but you can move on more number of days or years average you can take. Okay. So here it is only five days data I am having. Daily data I am taking here. Not only daily, you can also take the years also. So here it is given 3 years, 3 days. You can say that here 3 days moving average I am doing. So how to do this? How to move on, and how to find out the averages by moving? That I will show you. So here for 3 days moving average I am doing now. So for 3 days values I am going to take the average. So you know how to take the average. You sum up the total daily wages, daily sales, and divide it with the, if you take 3 days, divide it with 3. If you take 5, you divide it with 5. Okay. So if you take more than that, you divide it with that number of. But every time when you apply throughout this concept, you have to take the same equal years or days to calculate the moving average. Okay. Here 3 days I am taking now. So for 3 days I am taking the average of these 3. So 40 plus 44 plus 48 divided by 3. The value will be 44 average on 3rd January. So that means these moving averages will help you to forecast what is the sales that you can have on that particular January 3rd. Okay. So, but actually the sales was 48. That means what you have expected is only 44, but your sales was 48. So this is how you can estimate here. So one day if you leave and go for the next 3, that is called as what? Moving average. So next 3, second, third, fourth average I am going to calculate here. 44 plus 48 plus 45 divided by 3. So that will give you 45.67. So this is the average sales on 4th forecasted, but actual sales is only 45, which is less than the forecasted sales on January 4th. And on January 5th, leave the previous 2 days sales, take the 3rd, 4th, and 5th January sales and make it average. So you will get 49.3, which is forecasted. That means you have expected, but the actual sales is more than what you have expected. That is 55 sales was taken place. Okay. So in this manner, for a shorter period of time, you can calculate how the sales will be, how expected sales will be. Okay. So these smoothing methods are useful for only for identifying or forecasting the short-term sales only. This is not applicable for long-term sales forecasting. Only the time series, that is the least square method, is the only technique that you can utilize for long-term purpose of forecasting the sales. And the next method in the smoothing technique comes exponential smoothing. So exponential smoothing is also useful for the short-term uh, period of demand forecasting. So in the moving average, you have not calculated for the 6th day sales. No, you are not able to calculate forecast that 6th day average sales. But when you come to this exponential smoothing method, we can also expect what is the sales on the 6th day. So how to do this? An equation is there. So how to apply this? Let us see. For this smoothing method, a smoothing constant value will be given. So this will be based on the company's analysis that will be decided that what will be the smoothing constant. So according to this, by utilizing this smoothing constant, we are going to find out what is the sales on the 6th day. So same moving average you need to do to apply this exponential smoothing method. 3 days moving average I am predicting what will be the sales. Same example I have taken so that it will be easy for you to understand. So same values I have used here. So for this, what will be the sales on January 6th that we are going to find out, and what is the equation that you are going to use here. See here, to find out the exponential smoothing equation. So equation is that st plus 1 is equal to c st plus 1 minus c smt. Okay, t stands for the time period. So st plus 1 stands for exponential smoothed average for new year. Here we have taken day wise, no? So new day. You can say that it is for new day. Okay, that is for 6th day. And ST stands for actual data in the most recent past. So that means you are calculating for the 6th day, no? So what is the 5th day actual sales? We got 55, no? In the data that was given in the problem. 55 was the sales which are actually sold. So 55 is taken here for ST value. So that means only on 5th day, what is the sales that you have to take here? Recent past means if you are calculating for 6th day, you have to take the 5th day sales. And C is the smoothing constant, that was 0.1, which was given in the problem. And SMT stands for most recent smoothed forecast. Forecasting here we have done no, by averaging. On 5th day we got 49 point some value we got, no. So that value is nothing but the smoothed forecast average value. Okay, that value you are going to take in place of SMT. So what are those values we are calculating here? ST plus 1. And ST stands for 5th day sales. No? So what is the value? We are going to take it is 55. That was given. And 0.1 is the C value, 0.1 smoothing constant, which is also given. So this was identified 49.33. We have average, taken the average of 3 days. No? On 5th day, it is 49.33 we got. So that value is called a smoothed forecast. So by substituting these values in the formula, so let us substitute in the formula, above formula, st plus 1. st1 plus 1 is equal to 0.1 into 55 plus 1 minus 0.1 into 49.33. So we have substituted all these values in the above formula which was given here. So this, you can see the cursor, no? So this formula, in this formula we have substituted this. So this will be giving you ST plus 1 value, that is 6th day sales. What is the sales? So if you multiply 55 with 0.1, you will get 5.5. Okay, 1 minus 0.1 will give you 0.9. So multiply with this 49.33. 0.9 into 49.33. Then only you have to add to 5.5. So if you multiply 49.33 into 0.9, you will get 44.4. So you add this 44.4 to the 5.5. So the end result is 49.9. So that means on 6th day, we are expecting that 49.9. That is round it off to 50. 50 sales will take place on the 6th day. Okay. So this is how you can forecast the sales of the next coming day by using the exponential smoothing equation. So this is how this will be helping us to forecast the sales, but this will be useful for only short-term purpose. And the next comes regression and correlation method, and the other one it is barometric technique. So what is barometric technique means here? You are going to use the use some data which will be helping you, one group of data which is helping you to find out the sales of the other product. For example, if you are going to, if your product is an dish sales in a particular area, so you want to find out how many dish connections can be taken by a particular area of market. So how we are going to estimate means by taking into consideration how many number of new constructions are going to be taken place in a particular market in which we want to find out the sales, and how many people are leaving this, and how many vacations are taking place in that particular area. So this data will help you to forecast the sales of your dish connections. Okay, so this is how, if you are going to apply, that is called as what? Barometric techniques. So in simple manner, we can say that one data is going to be used helpful to you to find out the sales of the, to predict the sales of the any product, how it will be in future. So like construction contracts, if you want to find out the construction contracts for building materials. So like that, you can take any example for which you are going to use this barometric technique. And another method that comes here, it is regression and correlation. So first of all, what is correlation? That we have to know. Correlation, the meaning, the word itself is giving you the meaning of that word. Correlation. So it is giving the relationship between two individual variables, right? So this correlation will give you what is the relationship between x and y variables, two individual variables. So whenever you apply this correlation, what happens? You will be getting a certain result. So what will be the result when you apply equations of correlation means? So there you will be getting, the answer will be the 0, or it may be +1, or it may be -1 after calculation. So what this indicates means, the result indicates means 0. When you get a 0 result, that indicates that x and y variables are completely unrelated individual products. Okay, there is no relationship between x and y variable for which you want to find out what is the relationship between these two. If you get the result 0, if you get +1 value, so in such a case, the result is telling you that x and y are positively related. Positively related means when x is changing, x sales are changing, y also changes. X and y, if they are depending on one another, so automatically if one variable is increasing, the other variable also increases. If one variable decreases, the other variable also decreases. So this is the result that is going to be indicated based on the answer that you are going to get after applying the equation. Okay, and whenever you get the result as -1, so -1 indicates that they are negatively related. X and Y are negatively related. So that means negatively related means what? If X increases, Y decreases. If X decreases, Y increases. Okay. So oppositely, they are going to react. So this relationship you are going to find out. But even though we are going to find out the relationship between the X and Y, what is the use of regression here in statistics? Means here by using this correlation, we can find out whether they are related, X and Y are related. If they are related, whether they are positively related or negatively related. That we can find out. But we cannot find out to what extent they are positively related or negatively related. So that extent of relationship of positive or negative we cannot say by using correlation. So to know that relationship, to what extent these both these variables are related. So to analyze that, we are going to use this regression analysis. Okay, so this is how regression and correlation methods which are useful to forecast sales for a particular product. So these are also called as what? Econometric models. Econometric models. Econometric models means nothing but a regression and the correlation. So this is how regression and correlation will help you. No need of going in detail how it can be calculated, etc., because that is not needed here. So you must know what are the methods that are available. For that, this was included here. Okay. Even least square method also, you need not go for calculating problems. So there, that problem will not be given. So that is explained only for your understanding and for even for smoothing methods. Okay. To understand only, I explained how it is going to be calculated. So you need to explain only what they are, how they are, and what are the equations that they are. They can be calculated. What are the equations that you can use there? So this is how, if you are going to explain, that is enough for statistical methods. And coming to the next methods, that is modern methods. So under modern methods, we can come across controlled experiments is one of the technique that you can use. What is this controlled experiments indicates? How this is going to help you? How you are going to conduct these experiments? Means, so any person who are new to the market or who are going to be already existing in the market, if you want to find out what will be the sales instead of going for survey, etc., if yourself are going to conduct an experiment by using the determinants of demand. So determinants of demand means like price. If you are going to bring change in the price, what is the effect in the market? And if you advertise, what is the effect in the market? You want to find out. In such case, entering into the market and doing the experiment will give you immediate result. No? So for that, you can use this controlled experiments. How to conduct this means you first select a particular factor. That means, for example, I am taking price. Price, how it is going to affect the sales. I want to experiment. So I will select a market and enter into that market by bringing change in the price of the product. And I will find out actually how the sales are going to affect in that particular selected market. Based on that effect or based on that result, I will come to a conclusion that, so this is the reaction from the customers. And if I want to find out how advertisement or packing is going to affect, I will change advertisement, I will change packing, and I will make my product to be entered into the market. And I will find out how the customers are reacting. Okay, so this is how I am controlling a particular market to experiment. Okay, so these are how this is how you can use these control experiments, and you can assess easily sales of that particular market. And not only particular market, if you want to experiment in the same market how the people are going to affect, you can do that also. One time you make your product by changing the price, one time you make the product by changing package, like that. If you take certain time period, and during that time period, 1 week or 10 days or 1 month, you experiment on that, you can easily get the result from the direct customers, and you can easily identify so how the sales are affected. So this is the modern technique. Instead of going for survey, etc., they are doing this type of experiments, direct experiments in the market, so that they can get the direct results. So in most cases, like USA countries, United States of America, they are going to conduct such type of experiments, and they are also even successful in conducting these experiments. Of course, this is a new experiment, and you can apply, but most of the people in India, they are not applying this type of control experiments, which will be helping you. And the next modern technique that you can use is judgmental methods. Judgmental methods means here experts will be there, no? You will be having certain executives, those who are going to be appointed in your organization. Like you can take production head will be there, marketing head will be there, finance head will be there. So all these are going to have certain experience, and they can give you certain suggestions. Based on their suggestions, you can come to an estimation of your future sales. So like that, you can judge how the sales of the product can be changing. So you can take a combination of these executives, and you can collect the opinions from all these top executives, and you can apply that. You can conclude that how the sales will be affected, whether it is going to increase or decrease. So this type of judgment is going to have certain advantages. So what are the advantages that you can come across by using this method means, like you can easily forecast, speed up the analysis, because you are going to get everyone is in your organization getting the opinions is very fast. All those people are top executives, their views will be giving you, their opinions may be, in most of the cases it may be very accurate, and it is also one of the easy technique. Simply you can apply and you can conclude, less time it will take to conclude that how the sales will be. And you need not go for any lengthy elaborations, lengthy calculations, collecting the previous data, etc., etc. You need not spend more on statistical forecasting. And this method may be feasible also, because they are having experience that may be giving you good result also sometimes, in case if you don't have any previous data. As we have advantages, we are also having certain disadvantages also. Why we can say that there are disadvantages? Always people may not be forecasting. Their opinions may not be always true. So actually, when you forecast, that may give you bad results also. We cannot say that always positive results will be there. Accuracy is very less, and we cannot blame them because this is the decision that you have taken as a manager of that particular organization. So you cannot you can collect the opinions of the executives, top executives, but the judgment is in your hand, for which you cannot claim all those people that their opinion is not good. You cannot make them responsible also. Okay, so all such disadvantages are there when you apply these judgmental methods. So based on the necessity, you can apply that. And another modern technique that we have is test marketing method and Delphi technique. So what is test marketing? Test marketing means this can be used in most of the manufacturing of heavy vehicles, etc., etc. So like you may be seeing that while purchasing a car or anything launching a product, they will be selecting a particular market area and they are going to launch the product in that selected city or town. And how the customers are feeling about that particular product, so that can be known in that particular selected market. What are the responses towards your product? You can collect the information, and once you find out that it is a positive response to the product, then you can easily bring change in your production. First, they will produce only 1 or 2 products, or based on how many cities you have, uh, those many products only, small quantity they will be producing. After getting the responses from the customers of that particular selected market, then they will go for entering into the large scale of production, the large quantity of production. Large scale means large quantity. So like that, they are going to test by producing small quantity in a particular selected cities or towns. So this is also having certain advantages. They can easily get the responses of the customers. Always the selected people uh, will be giving, they will be using, and they will be giving you the views upon that particular product. Those who are regularly using such type of products and they are going to experiment on those products, they will be having knowledge. These customers will be having the knowledge of that particular product. Such type of customers only they are going to select for test marketing, and you will get immediate result about the product, positively or negatively, or what are the changes that are required. So all these are the different advantages that you can have if you are going to conduct this test marketing. But coming to the other side, disadvantages, we think that it is provided to the customers, selected customers, but the same information may be known by the competitors also. So in such a case, they may be knowing what are the drawbacks of our product and what are the positives of our product. So immediately what these competitors will do is they will bring change in their product immediately, and before we are going to produce in large quantity, they will enter into the market and they will grab that market. So such a disadvantage is there for test marketing. But still this type of test marketing can be used for modern as a modern sales forecasting. And the other technique that is a Delphi method. So Delphi method you can use for qualitative techniques as well as in modern techniques. So here we are going to create a panel with internal experts and the external experts. So all those people will become the members of the panel, and a coordinator will be there who is going to coordinate the internal and external experts, and he is going to collect the information from these panelists. And what he is going to do is he is going to prepare a questionnaire about the product, and he will be providing it to the panelists and collect the information from the panelists, and he will create a summary report. He will prepare that summary report, and based on the summary report, conclusions or suggestions will be created, and a conclusion of sales, how the sales is going to be increasing or decreasing based on these views and suggestions summary report. They will come to a conclusion that how the sales are going to be affected. So in most of the areas like technological forecasting, this type of Delphi method will be used. So this is how these are going to be very popular modern techniques nowadays people are using in forecasting the sales. So with that we come to the end of different techniques of demand forecasting. Any doubts in understanding these techniques? Any of the technique? Any of you? If you don't have any doubts, tell me what are the importances of this demand forecasting? In what way this will be helping the organizations? What is the importance of this? If you forecast how the sales of the product is. One importance is you can control your price. If you find that demand is more in the market, even though there is change in the price is taking place, increase in the price is taking place. So in such cases, you can increase your price. If you feel that demand is going to affect, it will be suddenly reducing for the product. By forecasting, if you come to know that, you can control your price. You can reduce to some extent. So like that, you can control either increasing or decreasing of the price can be done. So if you know how the future sales will be, in that manner you can use this. And also for your business planning. If you forecast that a large quantity of product is required in the market, then you will plan how to increase your production. What are the things you have to plan? All the inputs you have to plan, right? So like raw materials, whether the existing raw material is enough for reaching that particular production or not, whether the employees are enough, to what extent they are utilized, and to what extent that they are going to be producing, and what is the maximum production with the existing inputs, and with the existing technology can we reach that required quantity of production, that is required quantity of sales, can we increase to that extent of production? If it is not, technology is not enough, what is the new technology that you can implement, etc., etc. You are going to plan, and you are going to bring change in everything of your business to face the coming future sales, increase in sales. In case of decrease in sales, how to manage these things? where to cut off your expenditure. So, like in COVID, suddenly what happened? Sales was reduced, no? Sales was reduced means automatically you have to plan how to face that particular uncertainty, right? So all this business planning can be done here, and even you can create the competitive strategy. Competition strategy means already some competitors will be there with whom we need to compete. So how to beat them? How to beat the opposite business person, and how to attract the customers towards our product. Such a type of competition strategy. Either we have to give attractive packing, attractive quality, or attractive pricing also we can give use as an strategy. Like Bata people, when they entered, they have given you a strategical pricing like 99.99, like that. They are the first persons who has created such type of pricing strategy. So of course now everyone is using the same strategy. So like that, how to compete in the market? What are the strategies we can create? So that can be done if you do this demand forecasting. So all these are the different importances of conducting this demand forecasting. Okay, and what are the factors that are going to affect this demand forecasting? Means nature of commodity. Nature means you can take whether it is a durable product or a non-durable product. To conduct demand forecasting, it is going to take a large time period, expenditure will be more, etc., etc. We are going to spend, right? So for the non-durable goods, uh, such type of demand forecasting is not needed. Simple like exponential or moving average, if you use, that is enough for non-durable goods. Sorry, durable goods. Okay, so non-durable means which are having long life, no? So such whether that product is having long life or a short life, one day, one week time period, for such products we cannot use more lengthy process of demand forecasting. So based on your product, you conduct this demand forecasting type, and whether it is a consumer product or industry product. Consumer product means which are going to be ultimately used by that person who is going to purchase the product. So he will not use the product for some other business, which are called as what? Consumer goods. If you use, once you purchase as a consumer, and if you use it in any of the business, such type of products are called as what? Industry goods. So what is the type of good which you are producing? That will also affect this demand forecasting. And level of competition, as we said, competition is whether more number of competitors are there in the market, or one or two are there. Based on that, you require a demand forecasting. If more number of competitors are available, you have to find out each and everything by forecasting. What are the things that are going to affect your sales? So in such a case, compulsory demand forecasting is required. If only one or two competitors are there, which we can easily identify, so in such case, we need not go for lengthy forecasting techniques. Okay. And what is your price also, level of price? Whether it is a small price, like 10 rupees, 20 rupees product, so then no need to worry. It won't affect the sales, no? So if it is lakhs of rupees product is there, which you are producing, that will affect. So in such case, demand forecasting is compulsory. And what is the technology that you are using? And what is the economic outlook that is going to be? Like economic outlook means like a COVID, like that. This economy has affected, no? Everyone is affected with COVID. So all such things you have to identify. So all these things will affect your demand forecasting, whether to conduct the demand forecasting or not. Okay. So with that, we come to an end of demand forecasting topic. Any doubts in understanding this? Still, people, why at the last moment also they are joining the class? Throughout the hour, joining the class. What is the use of joining at the end of at 11:05? So, any doubts in understanding these topics? Demand forecasting topic. So last topic that is left over, by tomorrow we will complete the second unit, and I promised you to give you the important questions, no, for assignment. I will give you by tomorrow. I will send it to your CR. He will distribute among your group. So you take down those questions and write the answers on papers and take this screenshots and post it in the Teams. So which will carry your assignment marks.